wanted to kind of talk to you about the injury thing and maybe add a little bit of different
Please
perspective
do.
on it. I played competitive soccer and football all the way from like Pop Warner age all the way up to college, and had injuries galore in football and really never in the competitive side of soccer. I know you were a baseball player. And I think a lot of that comes down to the way that football is played and the leverage that you have to play with causes you to get into awkward or precarious positions to tear knee ligaments and ankles and stuff like that, where we had guys all the way through, especially in high school and college when it got really a lot more competitive, that guys were tearing ACLs and MCLs and stuff like that in contact drills all the time. And we weren't on any kind of, professional weight training program or anything else like that, especially not in high school. So I think a lot of that has to do with it. I mean, just the freak injury side of things. But the one thing I do agree with you on when it comes down to the training staff is the soft tissue injuries. These pulled hamstrings, strained quads and calves and stuff like that. That all comes down to your pre-game routine, your post-game routine, and practice the same way. And then also nutrition and hydration. We were very stringent with those types of things in high school and college, especially playing down here in the heat in South Florida. We have, tragic deaths on football fields all the time down here because guys die of heat stroke and heat exhaustion and stuff like that. So,
that happened to a 49ers player. That was when I was in high school, I want to think. That happened to a 49ers player like 20 years ago. The thing that people don't realize, the Bay Area is not that hot. Santa Clara is hot. It's protected from the fog.
The mountain
and
ranges.
It's a very dry heat. It'll be 80 degrees, 85 and hot. It's very hot.
Right. Well, down here it's 94 and 110 with the heat index because of the humidity and everything like that. And you just dehydrate in the matter of, you can dehydrate in minutes down here. But those are the things that I think that the training staff is more accountable for, are those soft tissue injuries, all these pulled hamstrings and stuff like that. And I know you hate Chip Kelly, but that's one thing that he was actually really good at, was his nutritional stuff and hydration. So
that's really interesting. I think the Niners do a very good job of making these players very strong. I mean, look at George Kittle. That's great. Fred Warner too.
And I think too is the strength aspect of things and weight training and stuff like that. It makes you bigger, stronger, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times that takes away from your mobility. And your lack of mobility can get you hurt just as easily as you not being strong enough to, endure the pounding of an NFL season.
One last point. It seems to me the other thing that's kind of alarming about the practice injuries, I mean, a lot of them are just small nagging things that it's okay. It happens. You missed a week, but a lot of surgeries. I mean, a lot of torn ACLs. Jalen Hurd tore his ACL. Jerick McKinnon tore his ACL. Justin School tore his ACL. Those are big time, and they're not all non-contact. It seems like if they could eliminate like the massive surgical injuries that are happening in practice, that'd be a great start. I don't know how you do that.
Well, that's the kind of thing that I was alluding to earlier. It's
just the nature of the sport.
In football, you're really, especially along the offensive and defensive line, you really get in those awkward positions where you're bending and cutting at the same time, and you're just moving awkwardly. And
you have so much force on your knees and your Achilles. All it takes is someone to hit you from the side, or God knows how Justin School got hurt, but I can imagine.
Right. But even like Tavarius Moore with the Achilles, just backing up and going forward, and that thing just pops.
That's how defensive backs warm up every day. It's like, it's amazing that, I guess it was bound to go. Hey, thanks for pulling over to talk. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. I wanted to get on, and I was right down the street from from where I was going. So,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for taking the call. You too.